Hello, ladies. Welcome. Today we're talking about the issue of having not enough attention from the guy that you're dating, or your boyfriend, or your husband, or feeling like you have no love, feeling lonely and not loved enough in your relationship. And then we're also going to talk about the issue of having not enough money coming in. So, why do I put those things together? Because men and money are just energy, and it's usually masculine energy. Yeah, men and money are masculine energy. And most of my clients, if they have an issue with men, they usually have an issue with money. Yeah. And when we change one thing, when we change how we deal with men, we usually change our income too. Okay. So let me share with you maybe a little bit first what I was dealing with a few years ago. Okay, so I'm just going to be so sure that you will be able to relate. Okay, a few years ago, I only attracted men who never texted me, never called me, putting very low effort. I always had to initiate the texting. I always have to call. I always have to initiate everything. Otherwise, we wouldn't even meet. And when I was, on like a bar, on a restaurant, even $1 bottle, the guy wouldn't provide, wouldn't want to pay. So how did this make me feel? It made me feel super unworthy. Like I'm not good enough that he reaches out. I'm not good enough he that he texts me. I'm not good enough that he wants to see me. And I always felt like I have to work so hard, be exhausted, drive up to him, deal with his bad behavior or of not wanting to pay even for $1 bottle, really dealing with bad behavior. And it made me feel so unworthy. And the same was reflected in my money. I felt like I have to chase the money. I felt like I'm never enough. I felt like there's never enough money. I felt like there's no way I can manifest money for what I want. And at one point, I just reached a point of my life where it was rock bottom and I could not go longer another day. Yeah. I was just broken in all areas of my life. Like you saw, like in my love life, I felt like I had to run behind the guy and I was never enough. Like he even told me I'm not enough. And in money, I felt so exhausted, always overworking and having never enough. And this really showed on my health. Like I was not happy. I was the opposite of happy. I didn't even know what happiness means. All I was feeling was pain and suffering and exhaustion. And my health reflected that. I was just sick all the time. I had no energy. Yeah, chronic fatigue, chronic joint pain, all of those things. I couldn't even eat anything because my body's digestion didn't work. And this was all out of this stress of chasing the money, chasing the men, and always feeling like there's not enough. Like I'm not enough, there's not enough. Okay. So everybody who can relate, I would love to see some comments if you relate to that. Okay, but there was just one point in my life where I reached rock bottom and I thought I have to change and I'm going to do whatever it takes to change. And even I just didn't have any money to invest in myself. Like I really didn't have any money. I spent the last money that I had on coaching, and it was actually $250 just for a deposit. And I was like, you know what? I've tried by myself for so long. I've tried by myself for so long, and it's my last money. And I literally feel like I'm going to die because I will not have any food or I will not have anything. But I just leap into faith that I won't die. I will have a roof over my head and somehow I will have the food. And I just spent this last money. And because I invested in myself, the universe started investing in me. Like the same guy that I was dating that didn't even want to buy a $1 bottle invited me on a vacation trip, and he spent like the next week $500 on me on the vacation. And the same guy, you know, took me on a vacation, spent a whole week with me, where I felt like he has never time for me. We have to meet like every 2 weeks or so. And I did have enough money for food because I opened up to opportunities that, yes, I'm ready to be invested on. I think I got some money from relatives. I sold some things that I didn't need. So I think even 1 week I made like 800, like I received $800. So more than double what I spent, right? And there was a breakthrough because I didn't have any earnings because I was so sick and overworked. I couldn't really work. So that was my story. I was on rock bottom. And luckily, I find a coach who could help me. But that was like the very beginning. And from then on, I decided I will never, ever, ever reach rock bottom anymore. So you can learn out of pain or out of pleasure. So out of pain means that you have some kind of pain. Maybe you have like a little wound, something is not good in your life. And you can choose to solve it, or you can choose to ignore it until you are on rock bottom and you have to change. So let's say you would have like a piece of this flower or piece of wood in your finger, and then you ignore it, like I did it for many years, and it gets worse and worse, and your finger gets just like really thick and full of really swollen. It's like so thick now, like you ignored it, the pain and the injury. It's like really, really thick. It's what's usually happening. And then you change, like because then you go to the doctor. But when it's like literally, you could just take it out fast. It's like a little pain, then you ignore it. Okay, so that's changing out of pain. And I no longer want you to do that. Yeah, start changing out of love. So that means that you decide, okay, it's a little pain, but I have a desire to have like a healthy finger, or maybe in this case, I want to have abundance of attention of men. I want to have abundance of money. And then you decide to change, and you decide to do whatever it takes. Okay, let's continue the story. So with me being coach and with me working on myself, I learned all the tools I needed. I learned all the mindset through private coaching. I could change it around for me, that I no longer have to be the one that's chasing men. Men that I'm dating, they reach out to me. They want to be with me. They reach out, they call, they text, they set up dates. Yeah. They make sure we go on a date. They pay for the date, they bring me home, pick me up, because I'm the price. And right now, I learned to be the feminine person that receives with ease. Yeah. And even sometimes, if I don't have time because I have work to do, they're like, okay, can you please stop working? Like, I'll give you the money, but just hang out with me. So this is how a masculine man that wants you to be with them will provide, because you're the prize and he wants you to be with them. Okay. But, you know, right now I'm not doing that really much because I love my job. I love working. So the guy has to wait. Okay. I'm still showing up here. And for money, you see, yeah, I already gave you the example. You see how I'm no longer chasing money. The money is chasing me. Yeah. So when I'm working here, being your coach, being there for you, there's like a guy saying, okay, can you please stop working? Just come hang out with me. I give you the money. So the money is chasing me, isn't it? Right? Or when I have clients or whatever it is, I don't chase the money anymore. And it's not about a specific job or a specific business or a specific person. It's the attitude, okay? The money can come through me to different sources. I actually had in my mail some money today. So things can happen that would never happen if I still had the attitude of chasing, working hard, overworking, and being in lack of attention and being in lack of money. So how do you shift out of that? Okay. It is a work in progress, and the solution is to embody this new way of feminine being. And you can listen to my videos a lot and it will help you. However, the fastest way to change is to do private coaching, because only then I can see what are the patterns that you're having. what are the triggers? Because this behavior is usually built from different triggers from your childhood. Yeah. So your mom has been treating you a certain way. Your father maybe treated you a certain way. Then we have to really, really go there. We have to change it around so that you can heal it and create a new reality for you here. Okay. So just from listening, you might get some awareness from me, but a deep transformation, unfortunately, happens in one-on-one coaching. Okay. So if you're interested in that, the first call is free. I always invite you to reach out to me because I'm still offering those free calls. And I hope that this video helped you. And if you're resonating with what I was going through a few years ago, then let me know in the comments and let me know where you are right now and where you want to be soon. See you in the next one.